Welcome, everybody. It's Mark, and we are continuing our season of chats with the TM teacher. And today I'm really pleased to be talking to Inma, who is actually in Brighton. I'm too in Brighton, fellow TM teacher in Brighton. And so we're going to have a chat with Inma and talk about her meditation path and why she came to meditate. Now, Inma is also a wonderfully talented and original tattoo artist. And so maybe we'll get to sort of hear a bit about why she decided to do that and what it's like to be a tattoo artist. I'm quite interested to know that too. So Inma, hello, welcome.
Thanks for having me.
So I always ask, the first question is like, how did you come to learn meditation? You know, what was your journey? What brought you to learn TM? Like, how did you hear about it? Where were you? What was going on in your life? So that kind of period when you first learned, what happened?
What happened? Well, as you mentioned, I'm a tattoo artist, and I have been doing that for about 20 years now. And I think it's about 5 or 6 years I started meditating. And I think it was a mixture of the lifestyle I was living, just living in London for 15 years at the time, having been tattooing for that period of time as well. And it's been always really, really busy. And my life had a bit of a structure, but it was also a bit chaotic. And I think for a while, I had been looking for a way to slow down a little bit. I was doing yoga at the time, just recently I had started. And between the yoga and also knowing somebody that was doing TM, that kind of sparked the curiosity, as well as actually I got the book here. The very first time I heard about TM was reading this book, and that had been maybe 10 years before I started meditating. But that was the first time that I heard about TM. And when I heard about it again at about 2015, then I thought, let me go and try it, because I was interested in meditation, but all the different things I had heard from different people, it just sounded a bit complex and not really for me at the time. But the explanation I was given about TM from this friend of mine it sounded very simple and quite attractive at the time. Like, I just really wanted to try for myself. I did definitely, it was life-changing for me.
Can you kind of crystallize, like you say, it was life-changing? What could you say? Why did you say that?
I know, it was a kind of coming home feeling, like, yeah, I kind of, everything that was scattered kind of started having a place. And yeah, it was just a way to come home twice a day, and just the rest of the day didn't really matter so much how it went. I had that feeling of steadiness, as security, and better perspective on everything. And from there onwards, I think I started making a lot of decisions around my life that were right, and that kind of just led me in a completely different direction than it was 5 years ago.
So that was 5 years ago in London, and then you said you were very busy. Did you find it easy to do it twice a day?
Yeah, I was very I was adamant that I was going to do it, give it a good start, at least at the beginning. And yeah, it wasn't hard at all. I remember I was still, as busy as usual and meeting people after work, and that was a challenging part of finding time in the afternoons. But I will tell everybody, I started meditating, I need to now just go home, or I need to go and find a quiet place before we go ahead with our meeting, and yeah, that kind of thing. I didn't find it too hard to. I mean, what is 20 minutes really? Like,
yeah. And so that was 5 years ago, 2015 roughly, and then so now you're a TM teacher. So why did you then sort of step up to training as a teacher, and when and where did that take place?
And I'm not too sure. I'm trying to remember where the idea of becoming a teacher came from. I think as I was doing the city program and I was just like feeling my life kind of changing for the better, I just started talking about it a lot, with friends, and I suddenly, whenever people will talk about problems and things like that, my answer to that was always like, you should meditate and you will see very quickly, you will have the answers and things like that. And then I was like, oh, I should just learn to teach and just teach them. Yeah, I think that was what sparked the desire to teach, was the idea of going to South America and help younger people, like myself. Was when I arrived in London, I was about 16 and I was a little bit lost. And I just thought, this is such an amazing tool. I wish I had that earlier in life. Maybe I would have gone straight to the point. So yeah, I kind of like the idea to teach kids and teenagers.
And what was your experience in Thailand? How long was the course?
The course was 4.5 months, I believe, 4.5 or 5 months, something like that. For me, it was a great opportunity. I had never taken such an amount of time just for myself to do something like this. Like since I started tattooing at age 16 until now, my life has been pretty much go. And to suddenly take 5 months to really go deep inside, that was an amazing thing for me. Such a great opportunity that I felt I was given and that I took. That was the other thing. Like, are you ready to take this opportunity and make the most of it? Yeah, that was a great experience.
And have you done much teaching, like, since finishing? Did you go back? Did you go to Sydney afterwards?
I did, yeah. I mean, at the time I was pretty much based in Sydney. I had my working visa in place, and I was in a relationship there, so my life was there. And also the commitment to the Sydney center, TM center. I was already all set to go back and teach there, and there was so many people like waiting to be taught, and like I said, not only a couple of other teachers. So yeah, for the first few months I was there. I was still tattooing part-time, and then I was teaching part-time, and now we have relocated to England. So here I am, and I haven't taught here yet.
You're doing other good things. I have to say, I have a tattoo from Inma, which I love, by the way. It's tiny compared to some of the amazing stuff.
It's a good start, Mark.
I was wondering, yeah, that's the thing that gets me. I was like, oh, because I see some of your, like, behind you, that color artwork, that's the kind of art that you do, isn't it, really, that style?
Yeah, this is the latest one I've painted, but I'm working on a series. And yeah, mainly bright colors. I love bright color.
Yeah,
and I love birds. That's something that I brought back from Australia. I love for bright big birds, like they're everywhere. They're so loud and so beautiful. Australia and Thailand, but yeah, I love it. We have seagulls here. Can't complain either. They're also very loud.
Yeah, slightly different. Brilliant. And do you still love doing the tattooing? Like 20 years, I can't believe you started when you were 16. Do you still really like it?
I love it every year more and more, because obviously it gets more interesting as your artwork progresses, and people see that and then they want to get your artwork. That's what makes it for me, really, to be able to translate my art into skin, and for someone to be so committed to it that they want it in their skin, that's a great feeling. So yeah, I love it. Yeah.
And so I'm curious, like it sounds like, I mean, because when you did mine, it was very short, like, I don't know, not even an hour. But I imagine when you're doing those big ones, that's like, for you and for the person, it's quite intense, isn't it? Like,
Yes,
it's quite
definitely.
full on. And I just wonder how you cope with that, or you just used to it now?
Well, you get used to it, but it's still quite exhausting. So over the years, I've never arrived to the point where I'm only tattooing full days, 3 times a week. I cannot do 5 days a week. So the rest of the time I'm at home preparing my drawings and my paintings and all that. But yeah, after a full day session, you kind of need time to recover from that, mentally and physically. So yeah, 2-3 days doing that is more than enough. Obviously now with the meditation, keeping a good routine, doing my exercises, all that kind of thing helps me continue to be enthusiastic about it. Because if I was working 5 days a week, I would probably be drained and not very happy. So yeah, now I found the perfect balance, I feel.
And like, just physically, because I noticed, you know, it's a fine thing. It's like having a fine pen. So I always wondered this, like, if I drink a lot of coffee, for example, which I don't, I used to, you know, the hands aren't very steady. Do you have to kind of take care of your physiology so that you're kind of quite physically sort of settled and still, or is that not such a big deal?
No, it is for me. I can't speak for anybody else, but for me, 100%. Yeah, just good habits, really. Yoga was very important, kind of like midway through my career. I started feeling like physically shoulders, back, wrists was beginning to deteriorate quickly. So doing yoga is very important for me. Again, the meditation, that's helped. Resting, sleeping better, just being in good shape physically. I feel like if I wasn't feeling on top shape, it would be a lot harder, because physically it is quite demanding. So I also get massage whenever I can, infrared sauna, things like that. Just taking definitely good care of the body.
And have you been going out on the motorbike recently? Because I know it's got cold. It's got cold and grey. Do you still go out when it's like this?
Last week we had 2 or 3 days that were so nice. So yeah, we went out. Went out for a ride to Devil's Dyke, and another day we went to Warden. So not too far, because you never know when it's gonna start raining again. But yeah, we've been taking little rides, and it's been nice, lovely. It's again, that's now that we're in lockdown, it's just such a relief and a sense of freedom to just grab the bike and go. And yeah, I look forward to going for joint rides. But you still have a motorbike?
I haven't bought one yet. I keep looking at the one that I want, but I haven't committed. I think I will soon.
We can go out in a gang.
Yeah, that'd be fun. A gang.
You need to get Deborah into it as well.
Yeah, she doesn't really like it. She prefers to just sit on the back. Cool. Okay, that's really good. So thanks, Inma. That was really interesting. And thanks for taking the time. to
Thank
have a
you.
chat.